Hey everybody, Yori Chisholm here. Thanks for tuning into the bagpipelessons.com YouTube channel. Today I have something really exciting and brand new to share with you. Alistair Dunn from RG Hardie has sent me another set of pipes that I'm going to open for you right now. And these are the brand new Peter Henderson Heritage Viking Bagpipes, model PH1 HV. That's Heritage Viking. These are totally sealed up. I have not opened them. Let's see what is in here. So first off, we've got this. This is the RG Hardie Deluxe Piper case. I love this bagpipe case. I've got one myself. I've got the navy blue and also the gray model. It's got a cool backpack, cool solid construction, lots of storage for all your bits and pieces in here, all kinds of cool little zipper pouches. Everything has a nice high quality kind of padding to it. We've got another compartment here. This one you can do, it can fit your sheet music, drone brushes, more Velcro pouches, tons of storage for all your reed pokers and in-tune mics and all that stuff. Here we go. Bucket hat, RG Hardie bucket hat. I'm putting it on. Sweet. And then we've got RG Hardie microfiber. I guess it's a golf towel. I'm gonna take this off because I can't see. I don't play golf, but I guess golfers use these and pipers too. Cleaning up all your various spills and whatnot. Anytime you're shipping pipes, you want to have them in a well-padded, solid outer case, but you also want to have them padded on the inside so that the pipes aren't banging up against each other. We got some reading material, the Viking Heritage set, including intricately laser-engraved bagpipes blending Viking motifs, craftsmanship, and heirloom quality design. Nice. More stuff about other RG Hardie bagpipes, the Peter Henderson bagpipes. Here's the PH02 and 01s back here. Some stuff about other accessories. Warranty card, very cool. All Peter Henderson bagpipes come with a serial number that's etched on the Ezeedrone stock. What do we got here? So this is what it looks like. We got some lubricant for the zipper. That is good. Extra orange rocks for the DriFlow system. We'll get to that. And we got some drone reeds here. Let's take a look at those in a minute. And this is cool. Looks like we have the Infinity Chanter. I love this chanter. You've probably seen videos that I have done on the Infinity Chanter. My favorite pipe chanter of all time. Got the smaller holes, great sound, big sound. This is the poly version. Comes in this cool little tube. Oh, even got a reed in there, cool. I'm going to need to get a tone protector on this right away. So very good, we have the pipes here, and I'm going to take them out carefully and put our case aside. Put some of our extra bits and pieces in here, and carefully put this to the side. That is amazing. So I'm just looking at the blowpipe here, and this is actually way more intricate and beautiful than I was expecting. So it's intricately designed. I'm going to take some photos here with my phone because this is quite amazing. These are Boxwood mounts. On the PH01s, they have the imitation ivory, which looks like ivory, but it's plastic. And the PH02 has the Blackwood mounts, but this has Boxwood mounts. And I think this is what they call their heritage look. And what is so unusual is that the wood is engraved in this really intricate Viking design. I think you could only do this with the laser technology that they have. And then matching it, you have the similar Viking pattern in the engraved nickel. And then there's some text, which I can't read, ancient Viking script. Okay, let's keep going. And I can see there's a theme here. The bag cover is a black and gold. The cords are black and gold. And the case was also black and gold. So I'm going to very carefully cut off some of this bubble wrap, which is very nicely done here. I was not expecting this level of detail. I've never seen anything like this. Take some pictures here. So we've got incredible Viking etching on all of the wood. Every surface of wood, just about, is engraved from top to bottom in this very detailed Viking pattern. So it's all the way down on the stocks, on the bottom sections, on the top sections. This is beautiful. You have the boxwood bushing here at the end of the drone, and then this engraved pattern on the metal, a band of interlocking triangle shapes here. This metal is what we call beaded and capped. It's a ring of metal, but it has this cool little bead here, this little bump, and then it's capped because it goes around the bottom. And on the bottom side, on the cap, I've never seen a set of pipes that has this intricate, detailed, and beautiful engraving in the wood. I've seen some pretty amazing silver engraving, but most bagpipes have the traditional beading and combing, which I love. I love that classic look. But this is just taking things to the next level. This is the way to do it. If you're ever going to send bagpipes through the mail, you want to make sure that every piece is individually wrapped. And probably a good idea, just when you're traveling with your own pipes, whatever type of bagpipe case that you have, to have something in there. Maybe you've got a towel or some other kind of soft material in there. Let's take a look at our Ezeedrone. It looks like they've taken this Celtic interwoven knot thing and just changed the scale on it. Beautiful. That classic mount shape, that is, I believe, the classic 1910 Henderson shape. There we go. There it is. Fantastic. There's a little tag on here. We recommend using blackwood oil once a year and bagpipe metal polish sealant every 6 months to protect your bagpipes. I've never used metal polish sealant. Something new. This is actually my favorite piece on the bagpipes, the middle section of the bass drone. I like all of them, but I just think this is such a cool piece. It's the only piece that's got a ferrule and mount, and it's got the slide as well. What RG Hardie has been able to do is combine the best of the tradition. They have going all the way back to Peter Henderson back in the 1880s. So they have this legacy of excellence when it comes to handcrafted bagpipes that are beautiful, that also sound great. And now they're using new technology to be able to make amazing bagpipes that sound great and look great at a great price. But now we have something really different and amazing. And then finally we've got the Chanter stock. For drone rays, it looks like they have set me up with my favorite set, which is the two classic Tenor drone reeds from Ezeedrone and the newer style bass drone with increased absorption. I love that set. If you want to get that set, you can get it from bagpipelessons.com. It's called my exclusive combo set. Classic tenors, slightly darker brown. They're the classic style tenors that have been around for a long time. And the bass reed with the increased absorption, you can see it's the lighter colored. So I'm going to stick those in and see how that sounds. But before we do that, let's check on what's going on underneath the cover. This is cool. This is the Heritage bag cover. It's got the Celtic knot design on this band here. So bag covers, in terms of the material and the functionality and the style, have evolved over the years. You might have seen the tartan bag covers, velvet or velveteen bag covers. Maybe you saw corduroy. These things go through different styles. Now this is almost like a microfiber, but it has a little bit of stretch to it. I guess it's just going the way of a lot of clothing is going now these days that have technical fabrics that are water resistant or moisture wicking or are better with dealing with the UV from the sun. There it is. It's got the water resistant logo there on the back, WR. And on this side, we've got the RG Hardie and Company logo and Peter Henderson. Very cool embroidery. And I never play pipes without this, the non-slip Dyson patch on both sides, on the body side and also on the arm side. So when we unzip here, what do we see? This is set up just the way I like it. This is the Bannatyne hybrid small bag with the zipper on the bottom. My favorite bag. I've got some videos I'm working on all about the different sizes of bags. I love a small bag. There's no advantage to a larger bag. Zipper on the bottom instead of the zipper on the side. They do sell one with the zipper on the side. I don't know why anybody would get that. The zipper hits right in my forearm. I'm not comfortable. The zipper on the bottom stays out of the way. Then we've got the classic Bannatyne bottle tube trap. So when I blow into the bag, all the air travels through this tube, catches any spit, little bits of mist and spray and condensation. And then connected to the bottom of the drone stocks, I have the DriFlow system. So at the bottom of each one of these drone stocks is one of these. And this is the DriFlow system. It's a fantastic system. This attaches to the bottom of the drone stock. So when I inflate the bag, the only way that the air can get to the drone, which is up here, is by traveling through here, the little holes at the end here. And as the air travels through, the silica gel removes the moisture from the air. So hot, wet, steamy breath over here. And by the time it gets to the end, it's still warm, but dry. So that is a great thing for keeping these drones dry, which means your pipes stay in tune. They're easy to tune, they stay in tune. So that is a must for me. the hybrid bag with the bottom zipper, the bottle tube trap, and the DriFlows. Get my zipper zipped back up. Velcro on the back, nice and snug. So the way that I put my drone reed in, I hold the drone reed nice and firm. It's not particularly fragile. I stay away from the bridle and the tongue. That part is fragile, but I hold it nice and snug. Twist it in there. Let's listen to what that sounds like on its own. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for in a bass drone. 2 tones, and when it kicks into that second tone, a rich, nice sound and steady. That's great. Efficient too. That's what you expect from these Ezeedrones. Middle tenor. That's great. Outside tenor. So as I would expect, a couple of these joints are a little bit loose. That is totally to be expected. It's totally normal that it will compact down over time. So maybe over the first day or 2 or even weeks, you might have to add a little bit more. No problem. So that's what I'll do now. Just add a little bit of hemp on here. That's great. If you ever pull your drone reed out for any reason, you want to make sure it's nice and tight before it goes back in, and don't bump the reed on the stock. If you touch the reed to the stock, pull it out, put it tight again, and then put it back in. So the rule is the last thing that the reed touches is your hand. Push it in again. So I have it in there snug, so it's not going to fall out. Bass drone's loose too. So if you're thinking about getting a set of pipes, I would say the most important thing to spend your money on is a set that sounds great, which means it's made out of high quality materials. It's got a great design, and the quality control is high. So you're going to get that from any set of bagpipes from RG Hardie. If looks are important to you, and looks are important to most people, or having some extra decoration is important to you, then that's also an option. The PH1 set, if you check out that video on the channel, that's a classic set, which would be imitation ivory mounts, engraved nickel. And then there's the PH2. With the Blackwood mount, it's a very cool look that's becoming pretty popular these days. And then you have this heritage model with these Boxwood mounts. So once you pick your mount style, whether it's the imitation ivory, the Blackwood, or the Boxwood, then the other options you have are for the engraving. And the PH1s and the PH2s come with the classic Thistle, Celtic, and a Renaissance pattern, which is a swirly engraving pattern. And then in this heritage model, you've got this spectacular engraving on the nickel and also in the wood itself. Before I blow these up, I just want to go and talk about a few of the other really cool design features. One is this Viking compass. So I think they call it a Vegvisir. It's a compass symbol, and that is all over this cool round feature. Then there's a dragon motif. This is what you'd see often on the bow of one of these Viking longships. Coming off the front is this head motif. So this is cool. There are actual runic inscriptions that spell out Peter Henderson Heritage and Viking. And there are also other runes on here: courage, protection, music, friendship, and good luck. So all kinds of cool symbolism here, right here on these amazing pipes. So unlike the PH1 and PH2, which have the traditional beading and combing, this has this intricately engraved wood. And then you've got these Boxwood mounts that are based on the profile from a famous Peter Henderson 1910 set. There's a lot of different qualities of boxwood that you can get out there, so they go through a real careful selection process just to get the top grade wood, so that your pipes are going to look beautiful from the day you have them and last for a lifetime. We were there visiting last summer with my family and got to see these amazing laser engraving machines where they can take these beautiful designs and put it right on the instrument. It's not a mass producing thing. It's done with these green lasers that do the engraving, each piece one by one. So you saw me unpack these from the bubble wrap. These have never been played. Let's blow them up. I'm just going to do the drones first and see how it sounds. Amazing. Sounds great, efficient, smooth. I was just testing them, shut off the middle tenor, tuned the 2, brought in the middle, turned out the outside, just to see how they sound. Really, really good. Beautiful blend. Now, the chanter they sent me, I'm going to get this going, but this reed is going to be all dried out. So this is the regular plastic chanter cap that comes with every Infinity chanter. That goes in the garbage, and put the tone protector on it. So the tone protector is a must. It's going to keep your reed at the right humidity level so it actually functions. You don't have to lick your reeds. You don't have to pinch your reeds. Your reeds last 3 to 4 times longer, less hassles, easier to tune, warms up quicker. I'm going to grab Infinity chanter that I've got going with one of my foundation reeds. Tiny bit loose. Add a little bit of hemp. There we go. Great. Amazing. They're warming up a little bit. My chanter's coming up. We got to retune them. That tune that I played, I first heard it on a recording where it was played by Dr. Angus MacDonald, one of the all-time great pipers, and just always plays interesting material. And that's the Unst Bridal March. And Unst is away in the most northern part of Scotland, up in Shetland, where there is a lot of this Viking Norse influence, being that it was so far north in Scotland, closer to where the Vikings were. I'm going to just tune it up, bring the drones down a little bit, and play a little bit more. They're rich and warm and steady and efficient, so efficient, which I love about these Peter Henderson pipes. Amazing. I would play these in a performance, in a competition, absolutely no problem. I guess I would be amazed if I didn't know that this is what I expect from Peter Henderson and R.G. Hardie, which are bagpipes that sound great, are efficient, that feel great to play, that are easy to tune, that stay in tune, they lock in. I was not expecting them to be this beautiful and this intricate. If you want something special, only in terms of how your pipes sound and how they feel to play, you can't get any more different and special than this. Now from a distance, I think they're going to look like regular bagpipes. When you get up close, any piper who's been around bagpipes is going to go, whoa, what is going on here? And if you're around non-pipers, it's a cool story to be able to learn about this engraving pattern and try to figure out what's going on here with all the symbolism. So there you have it. brand new Peter Henderson Heritage Viking Bagpipes model P1 HV. There's some technology in here too. The blowpipe and the blowpipe stock are plastic lined. Blackwood on the outside looks and feels like the classic blackwood you would expect from a high quality set of pipes like this, but the moisture never touches the wood, it goes straight through. We've got the Bannatyne hybrid bag with the zipper on the bottom, the DriFlow system, the bottle tube trap, the infinity chanter, and RG Hardie's got a 5-year guarantee. You're gonna love these pipes. As the wood gets played in, this wood, which is a dark brown color, is gonna go deeper into a rich black. If you're interested in getting one of these Heritage Viking bagpipes, contact me from the link in the description below. If there's enough interest, I'm going to find out about getting some sets of these and getting them available on the bagpipelessons.com shop. They have a 6-week waiting list, but I might be able to get you a set faster than that if I do end up getting these pipes in stock. So check them out on the website. All the Peter Henderson bagpipes that I have available at bagpipelessons.com/phpipes. And if you're looking for a set of bagpipes made out of plastic, you can learn about those RG Hardie plastic ones at bagpipelessons.com/polypipes. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button and click the little bell so you get notified when I post new videos. I've got some great new videos coming up. And if you want to learn from me and be part of my community, join my inner circle and you get access to my lesson library with hundreds and hundreds of hours of recorded lessons, tunes, product guides. You get personal feedback from me. We do live Zoom classes every week, and you have an opportunity to submit your videos for feedback too. So check that out at bagpipelessons.com/membership. Thanks to Alistair Dunn, his amazing team at RG Hardie for sending these beautiful, unusual, stunning bagpipes. What an incredible instrument on the outside and the sound that they put out. So I'm going to play some more tunes. Thanks everybody for watching. See you next time. Happy piping.